everybody! Oh my god. So basically, but no, hello everybody. My name is Veronica. Can't see There we go. There. So today I show you guys. Alright, so this is like part 2 of the part 1 that I did. School party. I'm gonna go to school. This is so different than oh my god, I got my lunch box and I'm ready to go to school. I am not ready to go to school this year. This shirt will Aubrey, stop! Sorry guys, but stop. I'm sorry that made so silent and like silence. But no, but this is like kind of the second episode. I ain't got no fun stuff to do. Buddies. Buddy. I'm the basically you Oh, so yeah, but I will be doing a. That is so tiny. I can flip through my pets. Pet Central. I miss all my pets. But no, only the Pet Central. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Okay. So I'm gonna look up a random China to laugh. Wait a minute. Wait, there may be some contacts that some people may not see. And maybe it can be some inappropriate. But I did not get your safe from ever doing a China to laugh. This is China to laugh. China to laugh. Bad language. And more. You are one. Back up after that. Back up. I just need water about 2 I'm just gonna look up a random try not to laugh or. I literally had to go on YouTube. Not the story of The Last of Us, 3 minutes. Not 101 facts that you should know. That I should really know because I played all of the games. But no, so basically, this might contain bad language and more, so please be warned if there is some bad language and also bad stuff. Well, if there's bad language and also there will be zombies.
Gold Peak brings you a home-brewed taste with a variety of flavors that's perfect for moments you want to remember.
Listen to this.
Gold Peak, the taste that brings you
You
home.
have been warned.
Zombies, one of the world's most popular villains in comic books, movies, television, and of course, video games. We all talk about what we would do when the zombies finally come out, but could you really do what's necessary when everyone around you wants your brain? Hi, I'm Joe with the Leaderboard, and we are taking a look at Telltale's undead franchise full of walkers and difficult choices. So grab your weapon and watch out for bites, because we've got 107 facts about The Walking
Wait,
Dead.
say 101.
Let's get started.
Fire!
Number 1. The Walking Dead was created by Telltale Games and released on April 24th, 2012. The series was co-led by Sean Vanneman and Jake Rodkin. Number 2. Telltale is also responsible for games based on titles such as Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Minecraft, Jurassic Park, and Game of Thrones. Number 3. What sets Telltale Games apart is that their games are based on plot and character development rather than only puzzle solving. Number 4. Telltale is also famous for releasing their titles in episodic form, similar to that of a TV series. Each subsequent game is referred to as a season rather than a sequel. Number 5. The Walking Dead is based on the comic book series, obviously called The Walking Dead, created by Robert Kirkman and drawn by Tony Moore. Thus, the game takes place entirely in that world from the comics, not in the world from the TV series. Number 6. When asking Kirkman about creating The Walking Dead, Kirkman told the developers he doesn't understand why people think it's so hard to write The Walking Dead. All you have to do is make people hug and cry and The game developers wrote it down immediately and took it to heart. Oh, Lee. Number 7. Apparently, the idea for a Walking Dead video game actually dates back to the days of Homestar Runner. Rob Kirkman first became interested in making a video game after playing Telltale's Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People. Number 8. Kirkman wanted to create a game that was different than the stereotypical zombie shooter. He wanted a real Walking Dead experience, where you interact and make choices rather than run in guns blazing. Number 9. The Walking Dead series currently stands at 3 seasons,
so you guys
with DLC and a side story. The game starts during the time Rick, the main character of the comics and TV show, is in a coma. Number 10. If you choose to give Clementine the apple when you're choosing who to give rations to, she'll tell you that she loves apples. Isn't that sweet? Well, Clementine, we all love you. I'm sorry. Moving on.
That's
Number
true.
11.
I
the
love
word zombie
Clementine.
actually doesn't exist in the Walking Dead universe. George Romero's Night of the Living Dead and other zombie films were simply never made in their world. This is why zombies in the books, TV show, and games are referred to as walkers. Number 12. That being said, there is a moment in the game where Lee refers to a walker as a zombie.
The keys are on that zombie out on the street.
It seems to be the only instance of the rule being broken. Have you heard it any other time? Let us know in the comments. Number 13. In the initial planning of the game, the main focus was going to be on Clementine and her older brother. The brother was later changed to Lee Everett because they felt a pre-existing relationship would be too much to ask a player to take on. Number 14. Character Clementine is actually based on art director
That was actually
Eric
a lot
Sakai's
to
own
take
daughter.
on.
He said that his daughter is only 5, but if I step out of
app.
line, she is always the first to call me on it. Number 15.
No,
Clementine
but,
was the first part of the game that Telltale
But no, I actually cried at the end of the game. So sad.
came up with. Sean Vanneman said, "From the beginning, the designers knew they wanted a character that would act as a moral compass for the main character as he progressed through the game." Number 16. Clementine was actually almost cut from the game entirely. Developers feared that players would not be able to connect with her as a character. They should really look at the hashtag for Clementine. Number 17. The character Doug is actually modeled after a friend of Telltale, Doug Tobacco. This is why the game tries to pressure you into saving Doug instead of Carly. Number 18. According to lead designer Sean Vanneman, Doug only had a 28% survival rate in the games. Sorry, Doug. When fans learned of this fact, a group of them actually bound together to create a Save Doug Facebook page. Aww. Number 19. Another example of real people in the game is the character Eddie. Eddie is modeled after Sean Ainsworth's brother, Chris Robert. Sean is the director of the 400 Days DLC from Season 1. Number 20. There were early...
So I'm actually, instead of doing that, like, for an hour, I'm gonna do, Walking Dead in 5 minutes. I'm gonna do Undertale.
The Walking Dead, the game in 5 minutes. 7 minutes.
And 7.
Maybe 9. There's a lot of stuff going on here.
And
This is everything you need to know about the story so far. Spoiler alert. Lee Everett's just a normal dude on his way to prison for killing his cheating wife and her congressman lover when BAM! Zombie apocalypse. Yes, the dead walk, and the only way to put him down is by destroying the brain, which Lee learns by blowing the head off his would-be jailer. Wounded from the crash, Lee takes refuge in a seemingly abandoned house where he meets a little girl and oh my god, babysitter zombie! After taking care of her, Lee learns that the child's name is Clementine, her parents are in Savannah, and he's gonna do whatever he can to protect her. Hashtag for Clementine.
Let's go. Stay close to me.
With the help of fellow survivor Sean
Hashtag
Green, Lee
for
and Clem reach the
Clementine.
family farm overseen by Mr.
Please give me a
Herschel
like
Green. There they
and
meet Kenny,
hashtag
Katja, and a
Clementine.
little boy named Duck. They're from Florida. Kenny's got some wheels, and they're heading towards the ocean. Oh my god, zombie attack in the backyard! If Lee chooses to save Duck, Sean gets eaten, Kenny's appreciative, and Herschel throws the survivors off the farm in a fit of rage.
Get out and never come back.
If Lee chooses to save Sean, Kenny grabs Duck, Sean gets eaten, and Herschel throws the survivors off the farm in a fit of rage.
Get the f*** out of here!
Get used to this, Lee.
Thank you.
The caravan rolls into Macon, Georgia, Lee's hometown, and they end up at the Everett Pharmacy. There, the group grows to include Doug the tech guy, Carly the reporter, Glenn the poonhound, Lily who's sort of in charge, and her father, Larry, who's a total jerk. Tensions rise in the group, which causes Larry's heart to wiggle.
True.
He collapses and desperately needs
He's a
heart
totally
meds
jerk.
that are in the locked pharmacy. Lee gets the key to the pharmacy, but he has to kill his zombified brother to do it. Things go from bad to worse when the undead start to pour in, and Lee chooses to save Doug or Carly. The rest escape and everyone regroups at the abandoned motel. Jump ahead 3 months and Lee's out hunting with a new survivor named Mark. A scream brings Lee, Mark, and Kenny to 2 students and their teacher who's caught in a bear trap. Lee decides to either cut the Teach out, which leads to Travis getting eaten, or leave Teach, which leads to Travis getting shot. Either way, both Teach and Travis ultimately die, and Ben the high schooler joins up with the group. He later drops a megaton.
It's not the bite that does it. You come back no matter how you die. If you don't destroy the brain, that's just what happens. It's gonna happen to all of us.
Soon, Andy and Danny St. John come out of the woods with a deal too good to be true. They live on the St. John dairy farm and are looking to trade food for gas. A few of Team Lee decide to check it out, and the place looks legit. There's an electric fence, biscuits, and contra twangin' mama.
Oh, Mama, our prayers have been answered.
Ben and Doug, or
Jesus.
Carly, who from now on will be referred to as Dougley, head back to tell the group to come over for a feast,
Dougley?
while Lee and Mark stay and run into
Nice.
bandits and like 10,000 arrows. Mark gets wounded, so Mama takes him to the house, and the group arrives to stare at a cow until they can finally eat. However, Kenny and Lee aren't quite sold on the St. John's just yet. Before dinner, Lee goes to wash his hands and starts investigating. Upstairs, he finds a secret room and a legless Mark. Yep, the St. John's are totally cannibals. Lee runs downstairs to stop the dinner and gets knocked out. He wakes up in a meat locker. Arguments break out.
And I
Larry
got
goes down
knocked
due to
out.
his weak heart, and Lee needs to make a tough decision. Either side with Kenny, who wants to destroy Larry's brain before he turns, or Lily, who's convinced her father can be brought back. Either way, Larry ends up with a salt block for a head, and Lily's pretty pissed about it. Using Clem and an air conditioning duct, the group escapes the locker. Danny and Mama get what's coming to them, and now it's time for Andy. After an epic rain fight, Lee wins and decides to leave Andy with his shattered family or kick him into the Big Daddy Bug Zapper. On the walk back to the motel, the group finds an abandoned station wagon. Lee either helps them take the supplies or tries to stop them, but either way, the group walks off with the goods. If Lee says it's okay to take the stuff, Clementine gets a spiffy new sweatshirt. A few weeks later, there's a new problem. Turns out someone from the group has been stealing medical supplies and passing them off to the bandits. Just as Lee discovers the missing drugs, the bandits show up with guns. A bunch of shooting later, everyone piles into the RV for a getaway. However, in the RV, Lily won't drop the whole "someone just screwed this up for everyone" thing. Tempers flare, everyone argues, and Lily shoots Dougley in the head.
Now,
I forgot to turn off my microphone, but that's the rest of that. I think this video is getting pretty long, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. I'm gonna kill my voice, and also this was a part 2 to Animal Jam. But I'm gonna kill my voice. Bye.